phrase, I'm guided by my own power doubled, that's the red moon speaking. We are guided doubly by universal water today. Universal water symbolizes our emotional landscape. Water, it flows. Okay, so that's a power in today. Allow your emotions to guide you. What does that mean? Let's talk about that. The emotions are not going to guide action unless you're in trouble. So, for example, if you're walking down the street and an angry dog is running after you, you feel fear, you run. Emotions guide there in a primal way, but not in everyday reality. Emotions are not going to guide the action, it's going to guide your internal reflection. Because when you get an accurate point of view of your internal dilemmas, your internal discomforts, your internal desires and needs, then you can make decisions from a heart-centered point of view, from a well-informed point of view, by allowing the emotions to be the doorway. That's going to be super easy today. The emotions may come up super easy, but looking into them also will be easier than usual, and you're going to use that as a guide. So you might feel flustered more easily today. You can look inside and see, where do I have some unrealistic expectations? What does that look like? So I can remember when my children were young, they used to be very loud and very active. And so I would feel overstimulated. I would look inside and go, okay, I'm feeling overstimulated. What's that about? Because they're being children. They're not doing anything wrong. So that's a good question. Is something wrong being done? Is someone doing something wrong? And most of the time it's not. It's how we are interpreting what is done. So today, when your emotions rise up to the surface, instead of looking out and blaming someone and saying it's them and it's the way they are, and you're going to ask, what is this real source of my discomfort? And then make some changes from there. So in the example of with my children, I decided that they weren't doing anything wrong, so I didn't want to act out toward them. I needed to take care of myself in a different way. What did I need? Did I need food? Did I need water? Did I need nature? Maybe a shower, a nap? These are ways that emotions can guide us, and it's going to be doubly as powerful today. I'm guided by my own power doubled, okay? So today has a tone, and the tone is magnetic. Thank you, Gift Basket. That's where magnetic comes from up there. It's the color red. That's the color therapy right there. Magnetic. And let's talk about the power of the magnetic symbol or tone. The power is to unify. The action is attract. The essence is purpose. So that's where you get this from. I unify in order to purify. I unify my systems of thought. I align within my being. I align my being with truth. When I align with my being with truth, because I use my emotions as the guide, then I have some purified thoughts. Thoughts that don't villainize others. Thoughts that don't blame others. But thoughts that lead me to make action that is meaningful. Hey, Michelle. Okay? So, attracting flow. Magnetic tone today is about attracting. You're going to attract something. Hopefully, in the essence of the moon, you attract more flow within you. But there's a high attraction going on here. So you might attract some situations that will cause you to unify. Hey, you might attract some situations that cause you to go into the emotional realm. But take heart. Use the emotion as a door to your universe. Step in. Get in alignment. Purify your thoughts. Attract flow. I seal the process of universal water. So this is the purpose of this glyph. It seals the process. It makes it more firm. It makes it more complete. All right. So the energy of today is sealing the process of universal water. We already said that universal water is the energy of our emotion, using that as the doorway. That's the process, right? In my ebook called Self intimacy, I lead you through the process of emotions, the flow of it. There's a process. You don't just feel out of nowhere for no reason. There's always a reason. There's always a path to follow within, which will lead you deeper into yourself. And the magnetic tone of purpose, all of this is purposeful. Nothing is just happening. Nobody is just being. You are not just thinking, just feeling for no reason. There's a process of universal water, and you are attracting what is necessary to flow. But you got to see it. That's the energy of the day. So let's look at we have the guide. The guide is the moon. I already talked about that. Now, let's look at the support system. What support system do we have today? The support is your heart. Look at that, which is flow. The support right here, that white dog glyph right there, the white dog is about heart, love, and loyalty. When we're putting this in the frame of universal water, the question is about you. Are you being loyal to yourself? Are you regarding your inner landscape? What is your inner landscape? Your emotions. What is your inner landscape? Your thoughts. Are you regarding them? What does it mean for you to regard them? When we talk about heart, we're not talking about emotion. We're talking about passion. We're talking about drive. That is your support today, right? Love is your support. I'm not talking about connection. I'm talking about love. Love as the vibration of God. That's your support. I don't know that love is the highest vibration, because I read some stuff that had other things higher. But what I do know is it is certainly a high vibration to be in. So do what puts you in the vibration of God, your God-likeness, where you're not in lack, where you're not a slave to this or that. You're not a slave to your emotions. You are moving well, right? Never be quiet. Never be quiet. I'm never going to be quiet. Listen, the challenge is self-generation, catalyze, and energy. It's the storm, the blue storm right there, right? So you're going to want to be blaming people for things at some point. Or you might be tempted to. Or someone may come and blame you. I feel this way because you. That's the challenge of this, right? To become more self-generative. So if someone is blaming you for something, you could take the blame and get offended and go toe for toe, tit for tat with them. Or you can ask inside, what is the truth in what is being said? What is the truth outside of what is being said? And how can this catalyze growth in me? As opposed to they. That's the challenge today. So don't go into blame, don't go into offense, don't go into defense. Allow yourself to be catalyzed into change. That's the process of the universal water today, the moon. So here's what's so exciting about this. The day is not only sealed by the universal moon, that's the energy of the day, it's also guided by the universal moon. And guess what? We just entered the universal moon wave spell. That right there. The moon, the universal water, everything I just talked about is going to be present and available for the next 13 days. You see that black dot? That's day 1. That's where we are. It's going to process all the way down the next 13 days, and the last day is up here. So universal water is going to be flowing. Your subconscious is going to be giving you information and messages like never before in a whirlwind kind of way, and you need to enjoy the whirlwind. The way you enjoy the whirlwind is you don't blame other people, because when you start blaming other people, that's when you move in contraction. That's when you can't grow, and that's why it feels so discouraging and so low. So over the next 13 days, when these emotions are hitting, information is coming, you're getting here, there, and everywhere, you're going to be internally reflective. You're going to go, how can this catalyze change in me? What's true and what is being said? What's true outside of what is being said? And how can this catalyze my growth? How can this propel me forward? And listen, it's not going to propel you forward in contraction. Contraction sounds like this. I just have to learn that people don't think like I do, and people, that's contraction. That's not what it's here for. That whatever came out of your subconscious, for you to soften like God. That's not to say agree with it. That's not to say tolerate it. It's to attract flow, right? When you get in contraction, you cause more contracted thoughts to flow. But when you open up and you ask the questions I just gave, you attract the energy of enhancement. You are enhancing yourself. You are ascending your mind, because your mind want to go into the vibrations of contraction because it's used to that. You've practiced it for so long and not practiced allowance for as long. So that's what this wave spell is going to come to assist us with. So let me know if that makes sense, because now I'm going to back up even more into the castle. We have another new thing starting today, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense. A castle is a cycle of 52 days. Okay. So right here, it does. Good. I'm so excited about this. I get excitable. So look at that black dot right there. That's on day 1 of a 52-day cycle called a castle. That castle is green. That castle tells us it's time to round up the journey, the process of transcending. This whole next 52 days is going to be coated with, I just saw something. Let me look real close before I say that, because I'm about to get so super excitable about this synchronicity. Let me put my glasses on. Where's my glasses? Yo, hold up. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Listen, this castle, it starts today. It's coated by the red moon. It's coated by the red moon. The 52 days is coated by the red moon. The 13-day cycle is coated by the red moon. Today is coated by the red moon and guided by the red moon. Y'all understand? Let me take this. Do y'all understand the significance of that? Just let me know. Like, can you feel the significance of what I just said? Just type yes or no. I'm so alive and electric right now. Can you see the significance? Yes. This day is coated by the red moon. Universal water. Emotion. Subconscious. I'm going to read something in a minute. Not only is the day coded by it, that also is the guide. That also is the beginning of the 13-day cycle. That also is the beginning of the 52-day cycle. So let's look at this red magnetic moon real close, because we are about to have it for the next 52 days, the next 13 days, and also all today. The Green Castle says it's time to round up the journey. What journey? The journey that you've been on emotionally. You've been learning. You've been taking in information. You've been practicing. You also have been possibly regressing, going into some former thoughts. For the next 52 days, though, you're going to stop that regressing. Yes. You're going to stop the regression. It's time for you to round that up. What do you need to do to round up what you've been working on emotionally? You got 52 days to do it, so it's not like you need to stop and all of a sudden. But for the next 52 days, you're going to work on perfecting that, rounding that up. Because it's time for you to ascend to the next thing or the next level of that thing. Anything that you've been saying, I've been like really working on trying to stop. I've been really working on, you're going to just stop it for the next 52 days to greater and greater measures, okay? It's the process of transcending, moving beyond some of these old thought processes, old patterns, old ways of being. It's a praise break. Look, I had to put my glasses down. I got so excited. It's time. The cycles of time are supporting this. I'm not just telling you it's time because you need to do it. I'm telling you it's time because the cycles of time are speaking through the red magnetic moon. Let's look at the moon. I'm going to read a little bit about it. The moon governs many cycles, ebbs and flows of water, energetic support, fertility, and emotion on our planet. The moon regulates the tides, the way plants grow and draw in nutrients as well. Throughout different phases of all these cycles, there is a process of initiation. You being initiated, I'm being initiated into the next version of ourselves, into the next level of our service, into the next space of being. It's an initiation into the next thing, right? Cycles of initiation, purification. I highly suggest we get some rituals in here right away. I have offered in my Divine Utterance group that for the next 28 days, we come together and ritual together. It's exciting times. And I forgot to tell you about the next 28 days. I'm coming back for that. Okay. The waves sweep over a beach with the tide and leave it smooth and sparkling. Just as the full moon often brings up a flow of emotion and energy so that it may be cleared and released, not held. Cleared and released, not held. If you're attached to a certain way of being that does not feel good, it's time for you to not only release that, but adopt an ascended thought process about it and practice it over the next 52 days. Surrender to the flow. Allow yourself to be carried and supported by the waters of life. You will be filled up. You will be emptied. You will be purified. You will be filled up. Take that how you need to. You will be emptied. Take that how you need to. You will be purified. My skin feels so electric right now. Let me tell you about this moon, because that even adds more. So let me recap. Already, yes, Jupiter. So I just told you the day is coded by the red moon. The guide is the red moon. The red moon codes the next 52 days. The red moon codes the next 13 days. The red moon codes the next 28 days too. This is a heightened time to allow your emotions to take you to the spiritual heights that you want to go to. But that means knowing how to manage with them, manage through them. Get the information you need. Stop blaming other people. Stop being in defense. Stop getting offended. Stop holding like contractions and emotions that are on a lower scale. I'm not saying don't experience them, because we need to. I just said the emotions are the doorway to your inner world. So you're not like bypassing. You're not distracting. It's a whole going within process. The moon is about the subconscious. And when things come up from our subconscious, it's a gift of knowing ourselves more deeply. It's a gift of becoming more divine. Okay? So that's the long and short of it. Now, let me read about magnetic, the tone. Because the tone matters too. One is the ray of unity with self and source. Magnetic is the first tone. One is the ray of unity. Hey, Thought Matrix. Unconditional love. Don't confuse this with unconditional connection. Connections shift. They're conditional. But love itself is unconditional. Okay? I need to say that because we're so used to talking about unconditional love as if it means unconditional connection. It doesn't. Right? Bruh. I hear that in Joe's voice. Bruh. Yes, pirate style. Shamafia, you are such a pirate. I could see that. Okay, unconditional love, the one heart, indivisible essence, core vibration, new beginnings, the chalice of the infinite, all that is. One contains the paradox of the separate self and the unity with the one. One is simultaneously the primal point of beginning and the crowning culmination. Listen to what it says. Call forth the resonance of your true vibration. We may all consider ourselves to be pretty authentic. But if we look a little deeper, we can all see also how we have been inauthentic as well. Thank you. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. I was looking at your video, your meditation video. It was peaceful. Call forth the resonance of your true vibration. What is your true vibration? I'm not talking about the vibration of your emotions. I'm not talking about the vibration of the things that you've been through. I'm not talking about the vibration of your mood. That's all temporary. Your true resonant vibration is your spirit. It's your God self. It's your eternal, indestructible self. It's your self that resonates with all universal truth. That's your true resonance. Everything on top of that is false, meaning it could be changed if you wanted it to. And it depends on situations. That's what I mean by true and false. That which is eternal, I'm calling true. That which is indestructible, I'm calling true. We are in the prayer closet. Call forward your divine nature. Like, what is your divine nature? Well, I'll give you a clue. It's not all mad and contracted and they did this and that. It's moving in wisdom. It's not ignoring things. It's not being soft toward hard things. It's not tolerant either. It's a vibration of divinity. And what that means for you is very much a personal endeavor. So you're going to ask yourself all through today, all through the next 13 days, all through the next 28 days, all through the next 52 days. What is my true resonance? Rise up and call it forth and be it. Your resonance, your true self is not about reacting to people. Your true self exists on all different timelines simultaneously, present, past, and future. It's not surprised by what people think. God is not surprised by what people think, what people say, how they live, how things are. No. God looks out and creates. If we look at the creation story in the Bible, God wanted light. So God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw that the light was good. God said, let there be a sky. I see what I want here. Not I see what's missing. It was primordial darkness to start. Let there be. That's not evil at all. Call forth the resonance of your true vibration. Feel the pulse of this ecstatic frequency of the one. It sounds like we're talking this very abstract thing because it's an experience. And when you've had the experience, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't had it, invite it. Invite the experience, the ecstatic frequency of being one. Sometimes you get a little flash of it and you got to hold on to it, right? It may be a flash of it when you saw your baby for the first time. There was a little flash of, awe, ecstatic. Hey, David. It might have happened when you finally accomplished something that you were really looking to accomplish, and you had a moment of ah. It might have been in meditation where there was no longer you and you were one. Ah. It might have been when you went and sat by that tree and you found yourself merging and being also it. This is an invitation. The magnetic tone is an invitation into the experience of your true oneness that isn't divided. This is not something to conjure or concoct. It's something to invite and experience. That's a divine feminine energy. This is a living library and we are the cards. It's your choice to ask the librarian for assistance. You must ask. And we know the scripture. It says, everyone who asks receives. I just talked about that in Bible study. When you knock, the door opens. Everyone who seeks finds. But when you ask and you don't receive, even when you ask amiss, meaning you ask attached to how it needs to happen, instead of realizing that what we're really dealing with is energy and resonance. So, for example, you may want XYZ. Everything that happens leading to the XYZ is bringing you into being a vibrational match for XYZ. Sometimes you're not thinking on the level of energy. You're thinking on the level of the thing. I want the thing, and I'm not getting the thing. And I'm mad that the thing is not coming, and I'm tired that the thing is not coming, and I'm frustrated that the thing is not coming. But subtly, it's bringing you into a vibrational match of XYZ. And you got to know that. God knows that. Right? We're living in this dimension that includes time, so we must regard the intervals, right? I was reading from a comedic study the other day. I put this video on my YouTube, and it said that time is a process or a concept that we put on intervals of eternity. Time is a concept that we put on intervals of eternity. So what's the backdrop of time? The backdrop of time is eternity. There's a scripture that says God has set eternity in our hearts. So we're always wanting something to come right now. We are always wanting something good to last and something else to end. We're always wanting that because it's in our hearts, but we got to sync with it. Not just want it, but be it. Right? This is how Source keeps considering. It keeps considering itself. It keeps re-experiencing itself over and over and over again. Right? You are being offered profound awakenings and the exquisite radiance of unconditional love. This is a time of new beginnings in life. 4 times over. Day, is that 4 times? Day, month, wave spell, and castle. 4 times over. You're being offered this by the divine in such an intense way. If we were to use human language for this, I would say this: the divine really wants your ascension, such that the timelines have synchronized to make it easier for you, to make it more palatable. Also, the door has been opened of synchronicity. The timelines have aligned for you to do it. The divine wants this for you. Do you want it? Because you could choose. You could choose to collapse all of this synchronicitous timeline, the synchronous timelines. You could collapse those timelines, meaning you can make them no and choose some other ones. You can go on the path of confusion. You could go on the path of chaos. You could go on the path of denial or unawareness. You could. But the divine is saying, here, my love, here it is. multiple opportunities and ways being made. Be active in your individual expression. How do you express yourself best? Be active in it. What expression is coming through you currently? What ideas are being presented to you as expression of the divine? We're talking about your true resonance. Be committed to the growth of your essence self. We know that if we study any kind of spirituality, we are more than just this body. We are more than this mind. We are more than we can see. We have subtle bodies. We have energy bodies. Some are close and some are far out. Be committed to the growth of that. Gabriel sounding the drums and the bells. Listen, I love the language here. You are being offered profound awakenings and exquisite radiance of unconditional love. This is a time for new beginnings in your life, 4 times over. Be active in your individual expression. Be committed to the growth of your essence self. You are the initiator. You are it. You are the one who opens the way. Woo-wee! Y'all, this is... Oh. That verbiage matters. Because just last night, I was saying some things about opening the ways and a legua and a shoe. I was saying some things about that. The magnetic tone is saying you open the ways. You choose the timelines that you're going to travel on. You know, I don't have a lot of experience with Eshu, but I feel drawn. You may feel alone or separated. But if so, you may. That doesn't mean you are or you will, but you may. If so, stand in the unity of your essence self and focus on the reality of the one. You are the wisdom you seek. I was just talking about those beads too. The eleke of every... Ooh-wee! Y'all! I have been so immersed in different languages lately. I've been so immersed in thoughts of communication and opening the ways. I'm having an experience right now. You are the wisdom you speak. All right. So I could say a lot more, but I think I've said enough because that is the fullness of it. Do you receive that? Yeah, I thought I had some water with me. I usually keep it, but do you receive that? I'm going to put this video on YouTube in case you want to rewatch it, because I definitely do. And I give thanks that we are here today at the beginning of these timelines, opportunities to sync with nature and ancient wisdom and galactic wisdom. I'm grateful. That's it. All right, y'all. So go forth and call forth your true resonance. And then you'll see me soon. And also with you. Ashe.